Houston's trouble-plagued Intercontinental Airport has so far batted about 1,000 on opening dates. Of course, it missed the original opening date in 1967 and missed the setback opening date in 1968. And as they say, a book on whether the airport will open on June 8th, but there is still discussion, and that may well be a mild term. Most city fathers seem perhaps more confident now that we might make the June 8th. Other city fathers seem less confident. And Mayor Welch himself is becoming non-committal, as he was in this press conference in Houston.
Mayor, why did you reject the airline's request for a month's delay in the opening of the airport?
Next question.
No answer to that, Mayor?
Next question.
Why did you and Mr. Cape tell us continually for the last month that the strike was affecting only maintenance buildings and not the terminals?
Next question.
You deny you told us that?
Next question.
Apparently you don't.
Mayor, as the issue of...
Does anyone here understand or misunderstand the fact that I said I'd discuss this at length as soon as I have something to say?
The trouble with the June 8th date is that if you visit the airport, it really doesn't look anything like being ready in less than a month. One construction official, who rather obviously wants to remain anonymous, told me here that August might be a more realistic date. For example, no telephone lines have been laid from the airport to confirm reservations at other airports. There's argument about whether a roof leaks or not in one of the terminals. Well, actually, there's no argument about whether the roof leaks. The question is, have they just not put the sealant on, so it's on purpose, or did somebody goof? But as of mid-May, the Houston official family is putting on an optimistic face for the June 8th opening. Having looked at the construction here and the condition of the terminals, good luck. Now the question is, can the Dallas-Fort Worth Regional Airport Board learn a lesson from all this? Well, at least one Houston official thinks, yes, they can. We'll talk to him tomorrow. Phil Reynolds, Channel 8 News at the Houston Intercontinental Airport.
At this point, 1969, we think that they should begin to accept a concept of social responsibility to limit, one, the number of children that they already have, and in most cases, if they're over 35, they've already arrived at that conclusion. But that they have a responsibility to also instill this concept of social responsibility in their children. This limits the job, if you will, that outside organizations or outside agencies need to do. The other concern that they should have, because unless we do this on a voluntary basis at this time, there will ultimately be government control in the area of population. Already there are those who are advocating that the government control the number of children people have in order to deal with the population problem before it gets out of hand.
No, quite to the contrary. Taking into account the political and social climate of Dallas. This is a local private solution to a pressing problem. And rather than being contrary, I think rather it coincides with the sorts of things we've talked about all these years, of it being programs being locally initiated, locally controlled, and that's exactly what we're talking about.
Yes, we are receiving a large volume of objectionable mail in Dallas at the present time, such as this, which contains pictures that are considered sexually provocative or erotically arousing. Anyone who receives this material can file a request with the post office for a prohibitory order to be issued against the mailer. This will require the mailer to delete his name from the mailing list. This prohibitory order must be signed by the addressee of the material, or if the person has not reached his 19th birthday, the order may be signed by a parent or guardian. The person who receives the material should bring it to the post office, or if this is not practicable, the person may call the post office, Riverside 93831, and we will mail them a form 2150 to be signed, and then they should return it to the post office along with the material and the envelope in which it was received. And upon the receipt of this, the post office will issue a prohibitory order to the mailer, which will require him within a 30-day period to remove the name from the mailing list. The weakness of the present law is that it does not prevent a person from receiving at least one item. The President has recently announced that he proposes new legislation which would put more teeth into the law. And under this legislation, every person in the United States who does not wish to receive this objectionable mail would be able to register with the post office. And all of these names would be placed on a master list. Then the purveyors of this smut material would be required to rent this list from the post office and be sure that they did not mail to any name on the list. The new law, proposed law, would provide for a fine of $5,000 or imprisonment in case of violation.